So children, today we are going to discuss about the baking soda and baking powder or whatever it is, baking soda preparation. Okay children? Children, baking soda and baking powder is not same. Baking soda, to the baking soda, if you add tartaric acid, then it is called as baking powder. Okay children? To the baking soda, if you add tartaric acid, it is called baking powder. Why they will add tartaric acid, I will tell you later. First listen how to prepare baking soda. So, to prepare baking soda, we need to prepare baking soda, we need NaCl, our common salt. This will mix in water, then it is called brine. Once it is mixed in water, it is called brine. Into this, we have to pass ammonia. Then it is called ammonical brine. Children, this is called normal brine. Brine is what? Salt plus water is called brine. Into this brine, we are going to send ammonia. Then it is called ammonical brine. Into this ammonical brine, we are passing carbon dioxide gas. When you pass carbon dioxide gas, you will get NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, and the byproduct of the baking industry is NH4Cl, ammonium chloride. This is the byproduct, children. This is your baking soda. What is the formula of baking soda? Sodium. Some will say bi, some will say hydrogen. Anything is okay. Sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate. This is your baking soda. To the baking soda, if you add tartaric acid, then it is called baking powder. Why do you add tartaric acid to make baking powder? Okay, why means children, if you take NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, please see here, it is coming from which base? NaOH. And it is coming from which acid? It is coming from which acid, children? Carbonic acid, H2CO3. H2CO3. This is strong base and this is weak acid. The salts coming from strong base and weak acid are basic salts. So we can categorize. So what we can categorize our baking soda as a weak base. It is a basic salt. It is a basic salt because it is forming from strong base and weak acid, but it is a weak base of 7.2 pH. Since it is base, you know all bases are bitter in taste. In the first class only I told in acids and bases, all bases are bitter in taste. To remove the bitter taste of baking soda, acid is added. Why children? Because this is a base and this is an acid, neutralization will occur. Okay, so this is a base and this is an acid, neutralization will occur and the bitter taste will go away. Because children, normally baking soda we will use in making cakes, breads, etc. etc. You are not expecting your cakes to be bitter.
Mama, this is chemistry.
Okay, children, try to understand. So your baking soda is base. Base plus acid gives. One second, children. One second. Just 1 second. So children, so baking soda is a weak base, so it is bitter in taste. To remove the bitter taste of baking soda, we will add acid. Acid will neutralize it. Acid will, what it will do, children? Acid will neutralize. When acid will neutralize this bitter taste of baking soda, you can use this baking soda in preparation or in preparation of cakes, breads, etc., etc., and all those things. Okay, children? I hope you are able to understand. So, how do you prepare baking soda? This is acids and bases lesson, children. Second lesson in chemistry. So, you will take brine. Into the brine, will pass ammonia. Into the ammonia, will pass carbon dioxide. Then you will get baking soda plus ammonium chloride. Baking soda plus ammonium chloride. That is how you are preparing. Since it is a weak base, it is bitter in taste. To remove the bitter taste of base, we will add tartaric acid. What tartaric acid will do? It will neutralize the bitter taste of baking soda. Tartaric acid will neutralize the bitter taste of baking soda, and once we add tartaric acid to baking soda, it is now called as baking powder. So baking powder is used in making cakes, okay, and bread. In our houses, idlis and dosha, bondas, etc., etc. In many of the things, they will add this baking powder. Okay, baking powder should not be bitter, means compulsory. You should add tartaric acid, compulsory. So baking powder means soda plus tartaric acid is baking powder. Baking soda means only sodium bicarbonate. This is the preparation, children. Now coming to the uses. Uses are also very, very important, children. Try to concentrate on the uses also, because uses also very, very important. 3 marks question, it is coming in board exam. They are asking, what is the salt which is used in making tasty, crispy pakoras? Like that they are asking. How they are asking in board exams, children. What is the salt which is used in making tasty, crispy pakoras of pH 7.2? Indirectly, they are asking you to write baking soda question. You have to write preparation, reaction, and then you have to write uses. What are the uses of baking soda? So when you talk about the uses of baking soda, children, the baking soda has 3 important uses. What are the 3 important uses of baking soda or baking powder? Number 1, if it's a baking powder, it is used in baking industry. Number 2, as an antacid. Antacid. And number 3, soda, acid, fire, extinguisher. So 3 uses. Okay, children, 3 uses: baking, antacid, soda acid, fire extinguishers. These are the 3 uses of our baking soda. So children, when 3 marks question will come, you have to write preparation, and each property also you have to explain. In baking industry, how they will use means, children, baking soda they will add to the cake. What it will become? Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2 gas is liberated. Try to understand, children. Slowly I will say, imagine this is your cake. To this cake, we'll add this baking soda and we'll put in oven. Okay, we'll put in oven. When you put in oven and heat it, on heating, it liberates what gas I told? CO2 gas. On heating, what gas it is liberating? CO2 gas. On heating, what gas it is liberating? CO2 gas. On heating, what gas it is liberating? CO2 gas. Leaving, when CO2 gas is going away, children, when CO2 gas is going away, it will leave so many pores. If you see your cake and bread or idli or bonda or dosha, you'll be seeing so many pores, no, children. All these pores are because of liberation of CO2 gas. They are now filled with air. They are now filled with air. Because air is filled in this, that's why your cakes or your bread is very, 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 very spongy and porous and fluffy. All this explanation in textbook they won't give, children. They will just say carbon dioxide is liberated in baking. You have to understand all these things concept. You have to remember whatever I said, like that it happens. In the cake, they will add no, children. When they are adding, on heating in the oven, it liberates carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide will leave going out. It will leave behind so many pores. All pores are later filled with air. Because of that, it will be very, very spongy. If you forget to add, if a baker man forgets to add this baking soda, then your cakes or bread or whatever it is, it will become very hard, children. You can't eat it. You won't even taste. It won't even taste good also. It will be very hard. Okay. So if you add this only, then it will become porous, spongy, fluffy, because all these pores are filled with air. This is number 1. Number 2, children, our stomach consists of an important acid called HCl. What are the uses of HCl? I will tell you later, children. HCl kills the microorganisms present in the food, and also it activates the enzyme pepsinogen. 2-mark question in biology, they will ask what are the functions of HCl in the stomach. Means you have to say it helps in killing the microorganisms present in the food, and also it activates the enzyme pepsinogen. But if HCl in the stomach increases, that is called acidity. If ever anyone is suffering from acidity in your house, say suppose any of your parents or relatives or your grandparents in the house, if they are suffering from acidity, as a learned student, as an educated student, what you do, children? You go to kitchen, you ask your mommy baking powder and mix it in water and give it. They will get relief. How they get relief means, see, children, HCl is there, no? HCl reacts with this baking powder, NaHCO3. HCl reacts with this baking powder, and what happens, children? When acid reacts with here, please mute yourself, Nana. Please mute yourself. Immediately after joining, you have to mute. So children, when acid reacts with base, you get salt plus water plus carbon dioxide gas. So children, whenever you are having excessive acidity in the stomach, baking soda, base plus acid forms salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. Then HCl effect is gone. They will get relief from acidity. When HCl is increasing in the stomach, you take base which is available in your house. Okay, base plus acid, salt plus water is neutralization. Carbon dioxide comes out from your mouth in the form of gas, and the person will get relief from acidity. This is how acidity. Children, in page number 31, baking is there, antacid is there, soda acid, fire extinguisher is there in your textbook in page number 31. Just they gave uses. You please write down these reactions also. In my exam, if you don't write reactions, I will not evaluate that question. Now only I'm saying. In page number 31, your textbook, beside baking, you write this reaction. Beside antacid, you write this reaction. Beside soda acid, fire extinguisher, whatever I am saying, now you write down. Children, soda acid, fire extinguisher. How does it work? All of you listen, then I will give time to copy children. First listen children, everyone. Whenever there is a fire, what you will do children? You will take fire extinguisher and you will spray the gas there. How? What happens? In soda acid, fire extinguisher, NaHCO3 is there and sulfuric acid is also there children. So when NaHCO3 and sulfuric acids are there, please see the reaction children. Here knob is there. Wherever fire is there, you'll go there and you'll press this knob. When you press this knob, here the partition is broken. When the partition is broken, they both start reacting. When they both start reacting, acid plus carbonate, what you will get children? Salt, water, carbon dioxide. General reactions I told you already. So Na2SO4 you will get plus H2O plus CO2 gas. This CO2 gas is also liquid, children. Okay, and that CO2 gas, because sulfuric acid is a powerful acid, children, here the reaction occurs very violent reaction will occur. Why? Because sulfuric acid is a powerful acid. Because sulfuric acid is a powerful acid, reaction will be violent. Carbon dioxide comes out under high pressure. When carbon dioxide comes out in a high pressure like a snow, when you spray on the fire, it will form a cloud on the fire. On the fire, it will form a cloud. Where, sir, I never saw any cloud. Means, children, you can't see that cloud. That cloud is transparent. The carbon dioxide will form a cloud. When carbon dioxide forms a cloud over the fire, it stops the supply of oxygen. It stops the supply of oxygen. When oxygen supply is cut off, there is no supporter of combustion to the fire. There is no supporter. Oxygen is not able to come inside because CO2 is forming a layers, clouds. The whatever CO2 you are spraying, it will form a cloud on the fire. It will not allow oxygen to come inside because oxygen is not there for support of combustion. This fire is put off. This is called soda acid fire extinguisher. It is used for fighting A-type fires, children. There are A-type fires, B-type fires, and C-type fires. A-type fires means paper fire, wood fire, like that. B-type fire means oil fire. C-type means electrical fires. For electrical fires and oil fires, you can't use this, children. Why? Means water is coming now, children. This water is coming now. In oil fires and electrical fires, you can't use because water is coming. Water is heavier than oil. It goes below the oil and it keeps on burning. Whereas in electrical fire, water will enhance the electrical fire because water also forms the local circuits. Water will enhance electrical. So A-type fire, B-type fire, C-type fire. A-type fire means just wood fire, paper fire, normal fires. We can use soda acid fire extinguisher. It will. But for oil fires and electrical fires, B-type and C-type, we can't use soda acid fire extinguisher because water is forming. It is heavier than oil, and also in electrical circuit, it will form the local circuits, and water will enhance the fire. So, children, carbon dioxide will form a cloud, stops the support of combustion coming inside, oxygen coming inside, and fire is put off. So these are the three famous uses of baking soda. What are the three famous uses of baking soda we have studied, children? One is baking, other one is antacid, other one is soda acid fire extinguisher. In page number 31, NCERT textbook, CBSE, acids and bases, salts. Under baking soda, three uses are there. Please write down one reaction, two reaction, three reaction. All of you first write this reaction. I am giving 10 seconds time. Then if you have any doubts, you please let me know after copying them in your textbook. First you copy all of you and keep writing.